everyone, it's Joanne, and today I'm going to be doing the Quarter Year Crisis book tag. So I decided to do this tag because I remember that some people did this last year and I wasn't one of the people that didn't, so I thought I would do it for this year. I'll link the original video down below so you guys can check it out. It's basically almost like a mid-year freak out book tag, but except it's in a core of a year, so you're trying to find out like how you're doing in the first 3 months of the year, which is kind of fun just because it kind of helps me keep in check on my goals and everything. So yeah, let's get to the tag. So the first question is, how many books have you read so far this year? So far this year I've read 14 books, which isn't a lot to some people, but it's kind of a good number for me, seeing as a quarter of 50 books, which is my goal every year, is for around 13 or 14. So yeah, I'm happy where I'm at right now, especially with one of the goals that I have for this year is not to treat reading like a chore, so that's kind of making me happy a bit. So I'm like on track of my goal, as well as not pushing myself to like read too little too much. But yeah, I'm happy where I'm at for so far on how much I've read this year. So the next question is, have you already found a book you think it might be a 2023 favorite, or if not, what are some of the books that you read that haven't reached 5 stars? The funny thing is, half of my books that I've read are 5 stars, so I'll mention some of the ones that might be on my favorites list. The first one would be Mistress of Evil by Serena Valentino, because obviously, as a big Disney fan, of course, this might be in my favorites list. And then The Mistwick School of Music Crafts by Jessica Corey, a really good middle grade that I've read this year, might be on my list of favorites. And then Norway Volume 2 by Ken and Kate Seaton, of course, a graphic novel that I've been anticipating since I heard it came out. I read it immediately. This might be on my favorites list, but yeah, these 3 might be on my favorites list, but these are some of the 5-star reads that I'm gonna mention that might be on my favorites list for this year. And the next question is, any 1-star books or least favorite book of the year? Yes, there are some books that are kind of my least favorites this year. I'll mention a couple of them that I've read this year that are definitely my least favorites. One of them would be The Golden Fury by Samantha Coho. This is supposed to be about a girl who's seeking for a stone that'll help her mother from this illness that's driving her crazy, but that's all I remember from it. I did not enjoy that book at all, even though I've read it within a day during one of my 48-hour readathon. That was the first one I did at the beginning of this year, so yeah, that was my least favorite. And then Bones Creator's Moon by Catherine Purdy, that's also a least favorite book of mine. I was disappointed with that one, so yeah, those 2 are my least favorite books of this year so far. And the next question is, most read genre so far? I really like this question because it kind of tells me what genre that I've been reading the most so far this year, and no surprise for me is fantasy, because I read a lot of fantasy, and I've been whether it's like young adult or adult fantasy's always been my most read genre. But yeah, so I'm not surprised that fantasy is my most read genre so far this year. And the next question is, a book that surprised you? I have a couple of books that surprised me a bit, but this one kind of surprised me when I first read it, which is The Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy. I know a lot of her books are, she's one of the most popular authors. She's more well known for her YA books, but this is the first book that I read by her, and I was surprised on how much I loved this, especially when it's a Cinderella retelling, but like a bachelor kind of situation, which I really liked. So yeah, this book is one of the ones that surprised me so far this year, and this might be another book that might be on my favorites this year. But yeah, this is one of the ones that really surprised me this year. And the next question is, a book that's coming out in 2023 already that you want to read but you haven't yet. And one of the I'm gonna mention a couple of them because I didn't buy myself some 2023 releases just because I was on a book buying ban. But one of the ones that's a 2023 release that I haven't read yet is Ranji and Delilah's Year of Falling by Elise Bryan, and is the author of the Happily Ever Afters duology. If you want to call that because they're mostly companion series. But yeah, this is a 2023 release that I was wanting to read this year. And another one I wanted to read was Mystery of the Thorn Manor by Margaret Rogerson, which is the sequel to Sorcerer of Thorns, which I really enjoyed. And then the next one that I could think of in mind, that I have in mind that I wanted to read was the Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Marjane Satrapi. That's another one that I want to read just because it's her author, not her debut, but her adult debut book. So she usually writes YA, but this is her her first adult book. So that's one of the ones that I wanted to read. So yeah, these are a couple of 2023 books that I wanted to read, but I haven't read yet. And the next question is one goal that you made that you're succeeding at. I would have to say, even though it's asking about one goal, I'm kind of succeeding. 2 goals so far this year which I already mentioned, is to not treat reading like a chore. That I'm succeeding at, just because I didn't want to push myself too hard. If I want to read, I will see if I feel like reading at the moment. If I don't feel like reading, I shouldn't push myself. So yeah, I'm succeeding in that. And I've been catching up on sequels that I have between 30 and 35 sequels that I've been behind on. I'm succeeding on catching up on sequels that are my TBR. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. So yeah, those are 2 goals that I'm really succeeding at so far. And the next question is one goal you need to focus on. There's a lot of goals that I've been focusing on, but right now the focus on are the ones that I'm succeeding at that I can think of, just because I'm really happy on where I'm at with my reading so far this year. And there are I'm catching up on sequels, which I'm really happy about, and not treating reading like a goal. But also I haven't mentioned this in my I didn't do a video where I'm talking about my goals. I kind of mentioned in my reading vlogs that another goal mine for this year is to read books that I read from authors that I've read before, just because sometimes I'm behind on that as well. So that's another goal that I need to focus on, is to catch up on the books that I've read before and read the books from authors that I've read before. And then the previous goals I'm still succeeding at. That's the ones I'm definitely still need to focus on, and I'm just really proud of myself for putting that focus on my goal for this year. And the next question is new to you booktubers, bookstagrammers, or book talkers for 2023 you recommend. And I honestly haven't been catching up on new people on booktube or Instagram, or I don't have TikTok, so of course I don't have any book talkers to recommend. But I haven't discovered anybody new recently, so yeah, I don't have the answer to this question for that reason. So yeah, and if I decided to give people a shout out, I'll probably link it in the description down below. But if not, I haven't discovered any new to me booktubers or Instagrammers yet. So that's all for Quarter Year Crisis Book Tag. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and comment down below how your reading is going so far this year. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button and click the bell icon so we don't notify whenever I post new videos. Also, you can follow me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, which all links will be down below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!